All right. Special edition TikTok, the follow-up episode. Um, Partially in honor of TikTok going away on the
Right.
19th, not
Yep.
the 20th. We are doing a special episode where we are sharing our favorite TikToks and internet videos over about the past month. I told Sterling, I kind of ran this idea like, what if instead of us sending these videos and stuff to each other, we just store them up and we do a podcast on it and talk
Mm.
about them. Because some of them are pretty cool stuff. And I'll get a link during the day and it'll be about this really cool new product. And I'm like, we can't talk about it. So this is going to be a way for us to be able to talk and laugh and say a farewell to TikTok. And then also, I just got a new MacBook that is beefed up and on steroids, so hopefully the audio for here on out and video from here on out is perfect.
Yeah, you had a great idea, and um, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Um, oh yeah, so I sorted mine into categories, and I think we kind of go back and forth if you want, and we'll hit each category that we share. So if you want to start, you can share your first video, but tell me what category it is. And if I have the same
If you're
category,
wanting to go in categories, you're just gonna have to start it and tell me what
okay.
category you want.
All right, I'll start it then.
If you're gonna start with a non-funny one, let me just test the waters here.
I'm going to start with a non-funny one. I've saved my funny ones for the end.
Okay, I just got one, and I maybe I should save it for then, but I'm not. It's just like when I think of a funny is a internet video. This is mine. It just cracks me up every time I see it. If you look my search, I said kid in cape jumping downstairs.
Oh no. That
Oh,
was really good.
Do that again. I thought you was gonna walk down the top steps. That was crazy. Don't let that cape boost your head up no more. Did you hurt yourself? Yeah.
Go back.
jumped.
Yeah, I don't think you should never do that again. I thought you was gonna walk down the top step.
That's great.
Isn't that crazy?
That is great.
Oh, dude, I love the internet. Hey, I got a loud fuzzy sound. That was me.
Yeah, that was you. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna start with healthcare. You ready for this one?
hmm
Yeah, number one, two things that everybody needs to know about Ozempic and Wegovy. These are two very highly marketed and celebrity endorsed drugs. All right, so Ozempic and Wegovy are the exact same drug made by the exact same company. The company is called Novo Nordisk in Denmark, in Europe. And these two drugs, 95% of them are only bought in the United States. Did you know they're still banned in Europe and nobody in Europe can use these because they're too toxic and deadly? Isn't that amazing? 95% of Americans, or 95% of all revenue of these drugs being bought and prescribed are in America. In 5 years, actually, that company, Novo Nordisk, has made $2.21 trillion on Ozempic and Wegovy alone from America using it so much.
5 years of profit, 2.12 trillion with a T dollars on this weight loss drug.
That's pretty gnarly.
That's insane. I think that what's the GDP of America? Isn't it like 5 trillion a year?
I don't know GDP, but I've it was one of the podcasts. Really thought it was a Brigham Bueller one. Maybe it was I think it might have been a Diary of CEO where they had someone talking about it. But I basically had received the same exact information that they were talking on there. I've never heard of that show either, the Hannon Volker. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's great. That was my only healthcare one, but we're starting it off strong.
right.
Do you
I
have any
got
healthcare?
I got a couple that I guess could be considered healthcare. Let's see these. Now, this one. So I'm glad we started with the funny video before we got into this. But this video, I'll just roll it.
Or one here, that signal, that 2.4 gigahertz signal, that's Bluetooth, is not going over your head. It's going straight through your skull. And so when you consider that fact, when you consider that non-native EMF has a damaging effect.
All right. So I think when you start just the idea of health videos go and you're talking about internet health videos and these short form content, these are the videos you got to watch out for. I saw this video. I was like, I'm pretty sure the headphones don't connect between each other. And so I looked it up and they don't. So like you get videos like this on the internet. I wanted to share this because he's somewhat convincing, but he's just absolutely completely wrong. So you got to be careful with these health influencers on the internet.
So a couple things. There was definitely an AirPod version that had a master and a slave.
Okay.
But neither here nor there. My thought here, because I've stopped using AirPods because
dude, I'm so scared. I love mine so much, and I think they're not good for me, but I just have been pushing it away because genuinely, it's like I would be behind. I couldn't listen to my podcasts all the time. I mean, I guess I could do headphones, but man,
I went out and bought wired headphones for my trip to Japan because I just the AirPods. The only time I listen to AirPods is if I'm running. But so many things have appeared to be harmless at first, and then after 20 years of using them, we find out, oh wait, this slight change to our environment is messing up this small thing that compounds over time. And I don't want that to be my brain. So I'm just not taking a chance on this. It seems, even though I don't see any credible science out there saying anything about EMF or anything like that, Wi-Fi causing problems, I don't see legitimate science yet. I am going to take the side of the coin that says the science hasn't caught up yet.
I feel that. I think you got a good idea on it, but man, I've been trying to limit my use of them, but it's hard.
You're right. There's a lot of people like this that say it like it's fact. Like he has a peer review study that links that to, people dropping dead. There's a lot of that out there, and now that the health movement's more popular, I think you're just going to see more and more. You got to be careful.
I will say, like, it is one of those things where, like, I am almost 100% sure it's not good for me. So it's like, it's not, is it good for you? It's, is it neutral or bad? It's like, probably not neutral. It's probably doing something. Anyways, on to the next one. And this is like, I think we're just going to show you what the health rabbit hole looks like. So if you're going to go down it,
Okay.
audit yourself.
I've been down the rabbit hole before, so we'll see if I recognize it.
This one hurts too.
That is crazy. Look at that. The aluminum is gone. And there's like a plastic inside the can. This is a great illustration of plastic inside of a can. Oh,
Soup
gross.
cans
Like,
too.
it's literally like a condom inside.
Yep.
The soup cans are like that too. Like some of the highest levels of PFAs are from soup cans.
Yeah.
And
Was that
Tell
human?
you can just sit the soup can on the shelf forever, but you leave that tomato paste inside. Tomato's highly acidic. It's more acidic than soda is.
Yeah,
Yep.
man. All right, on to our next one. This one doesn't hurt me as much. I think the can one really hurt me. All right.
After sitting out for over 2 months. On October 20th, I stood right here and purchased this brownie. It's now December 21st. So what happened? Well, it looks exactly the same as the day I bought it. The frosting hasn't even moved. It's unbelievable. That's
I guess it's not that crazy that like it looks the same, but he has some other ones that like he goes more in about the ingredients and calories and stuff. And crumble cookie is a death trap. Go get yourself an
Oh my
ice cream.
gosh. That's right. Who's gonna make Krispy Kreme look healthy? Crumble. Have you seen the Burger King ad where they do the opposite? They show their burger going bad over like a week. It gets all moldy and breaks down. It's like our burger actually goes bad. And it was like this really successful ad campaign for Burger King.
That's cool. Good for
Yeah, if your shit doesn't go bad, don't eat it.
you. Rule of thumb. All right. Oh, here's another good one.
Setting in our phones that tells you how far your phone has to be away from your body to prevent cancer. So to find this, what you're going to do is open up your settings, scroll down to general. When you scroll all the way down, you'll see legal and regulatory. So you'll press that. Now you'll see RF exposure, which means radio frequency exposure. At the bottom of the first paragraph, you'll see 5 millimeter separation. That's about a pencil eraser. Distance is your friend here. It recommends built-in headphones, not AirPods. Also, make sure you're never taking calls with the phone directly up to your ear. Use speakerphone as often as you can, and don't hold your phone in your bra, ever.
So, Apple has disclaimers not to put the phone within 5 millimeters to your head.
5 millimeters about that far.
I haven't seen any research about it, but that is such a warning sign alone. That's like, oh, it's like, what am I doing? It's scary.
I mean, I almost wonder if they have the same kind of like general feeling that eventually they'll find that all these signals and waves are not good. And no one keeps their phone 5 millimeters away, so everyone can't sue them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they take them to court. Oh, did you ever hold it up to your ear directly? Okay, well, you violated our recommendation, so you can't sue us. That seems like more of a it's a trap to get out of jail. But yeah, I don't put my phone in my front pocket anymore. I try to put it in my back pocket, especially when I was trying to get pregnant or trying to get Leslie pregnant. I would keep it away from my balls, like far away from my balls.
Yeah, dude. I think, yeah. Too bad you don't feel like repping a fanny pack.
I don't. I don't like.
What's the next category?
All right, next category I have is inflation.
Oh. Okay. You're probably gonna have to take this one.
Okay.
Raising 2 young kids, having 2 used cars, gas and insurance for that car, 1 bout of student debt in your household, power, food, phone, and health insurance. 2021, the median mortgage was $1,682. That's including taxes and insurance. Putting 2 children through child care, $1,600 a month. 2 used cars off of the lot, $400 a piece per month. That's $800 in total. I have gas at $180. I have student debt for 1 person in the household at $300 a month. Power at $149. Food at $650. Again, a young family, formula, all of that. $137 for your phone bill and $400 for your health insurance, giving you a total in 2021 of raising a young family in America in a household at $5,888 a month. 2024, the median mortgage is $2,660, including insurance and taxes. Putting 2 children through child care is $2,300 a month in total. Used cars, $900 a month in total. Gas, $410 for now for both of those vehicles. Student debt, $400 for one of the people in the household. Power, $198 per month. Food, $900 per month. Again, young family. Phone, $150 per month, and health insurance up to now $500 a month, giving your total monthly expenses for getting started with a young family in America at $7,368. Raising a young family in America in 2021, it would have cost you $70,656 a year. Now, 3.5 years later, you'd be paying $18,416. That is almost an $18,000 increase in what you would have to make in order to raise a young family in America in just a 3-year span. Raising 2 young kids, having
18K over 70. It's like 25%, something like that. No, 23%. But that's the shit they're taking from you. That's when the Fed prints the dollars. That's how they're stealing from you. And I was listening to a podcast today. Theo Vaughn, Dave Smith.
Oh, this is nothing too.
At the very end of it, it's an awesome 10 minutes right at the end, where Theo asked Dave Smith if there should be a Federal Reserve. And Dave said, of course, no. But he said the government printing money is worse than, it's like one of the roots of evil of the government. And he explained it. He said, if for those stimmy checks, they had to increase taxes and come to you each quarter and say, you now owe this much for stimmy checks, or the war in Iraq, or the Ukraine, right? If all that had to come from taxes, and if they had to come to you and say, you owe this for that, then there would be riots in the street when there's $60 billion raised for Ukraine. But instead, they have the ability to print it. And thus, you get a little grumbling, but no one really blinks an eye. And then 4 years later, everything costs 20% more. And that, man, I just wish Americans would realize what inflation was and how it is absolutely screwing them.
Well, I think one of the reasons why it's so powerful is because it's so hard to measure, right?
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to measure. Right, the way they measure it is bullshit.
Now that I say that, it's probably be one of the easier things to measure. But
Right, what was milk last year? What is milk this
they
year?
lie about it. They say inflation's 5%.
Right. And the lovely thing about this inflation, it was so bad, you don't have to listen to their crap numbers. You can just feel it. You can feel it when you eat Chipotle. You can feel it when you go to the grocery store. You can feel it everywhere.
I got an inflation one for you.
Okay.
It's a pretty good one. What do you think it is? You're not gonna guess it, but what did not get hit by inflation? Tesla.
Well, there's weird stats about EV vehicles. They are plummeting in value. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen stats, but well, I mean, to be fair, most EVs besides Tesla are great. Like there just aren't. And I hate the fact that people rap in that like all the general EV statistics, like EVs aren't selling, like, and then you'll talk to people like old people or people who are just not with it. They'll be like, Tesla's not going to be anything. Like EVs suck. It's like EVs suck, but Teslas are great. I don't even have a Tesla. Want one? They're cool, but like they seem pretty great. And man, I don't have it here, but I'm pretty sure the price hasn't changed. I mean, the software, like the full self-driving has changed in 4 or 5 years, but
yeah,
Tesla's, baby. And their stock is ripping right now too.
They just announced a new Model Y.
Yeah, that would be here.
All right.
Super.
Oh,
you can't see that other screen I brought up, but yeah.
Any more inflation?
Sure. I got another one. Here's my Juniper, the Model Y Juniper. It's pretty cool. But what I was going to show you was when we're talking about inflation, I think you got to bring up houses. And I love this. It's it's just a nice barn dominium if you're not watching, and it's a blacked out barn dominium with a pool, and it's just so sweet. Like when I think of inflation, I think of houses because they combat inflation, and I love this house.
It's a $1.2 million house.
It's so cool.
It is very cool. Leslie and I were very serious about building a barn dominium when we came out here.
I mean, look at that. You know how much fun that would be?
Oh my gosh. Because
The
one, it
porch.
forces you to kind of go out into the boonies and buy land, which I already really, really, really want to do. And then second, it's like affordable to just have this
That
baller
garage,
house.
dude, that's a basketball court right there.
Right. Basketball courts are legit options in barndominiums. Yeah, they're cool. We couldn't stomach the like time it would take to wait for a house to be built. Like, not that this is super long. It's just like we really wanted to get into a house, and I'm glad we got into a neighborhood, even though
Yeah.
we wanted to build it.
I think that's if I ever made a bunch of money, I would want to take like either a month or two. I want to say I would want to like actually help build the house and like be part of building it, but I don't know what would happen if I had that much money. You would think you just contract it out, but I think it'd be really cool to build it.
All right, I got science videos next.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay? All right. Here we go.
Did you know that Earth is in such a perfect position that a mere 10% change in the distance from the Sun would result in intense heat capable of roasting us completely? Similarly, if we were 10% farther away, we would face intense cold, freezing the entire planet. A 10% faster rotation would generate furious winds, reaching speeds of 300 to 400 kilometers per hour. On the other hand, a 10% slower rotation would mean prolonged exposure to the sun, resulting in scorching temperatures of 60 to 80 degrees Celsius during the day and extremely low temperatures of minus 40 to minus 50 degrees Celsius at night. The sun's temperature is meticulously balanced to allow for the existence and sustenance of life on planet Earth. The precise rotation of the moon prevents the accumulation of stagnant water and contributes to the stability of the Earth's axis. Furthermore, Jupiter occupies a strategic position as a protective shield against asteroids, meteorites, and comets that would pose a threat to life on Earth. If Jupiter were 10% closer to the Sun, it would protect Venus. 10% farther away, it would protect Mars.
Here's the second one.
Are you? You gotta switch your tab you're sharing.
Oh,
That reminds me of like those TikTok. It's like when you fall asleep watching YouTube and you wake up to a YouTube video and it's like talking about Neptune protecting Earth. You're like, what am I waking up to?
that's what I listen to on a normal day when I'm wide awake.
The speed of light is the fastest in the universe, but I want you to really understand what that means. The speed of light is about 300,000 kilometers per second in a vacuum. This means that if you were traveling at that speed, you could circle the Earth 7.5 times in just 1 second. But it's not just that. You could reach the moon in 1.3 seconds, or even get to Mars in just 3 minutes. Even though it's about 55 million kilometers away, if you wanted to go to the sun, it would take about 8 minutes. Or for example, to Jupiter, which would take about 33 minutes. But what if you wanted to cross the entire galaxy? Well, for that journey, you would need more time, since it would take about 200,000 years to cross the Milky Way at the speed of light. However, if you wanted to leave our galaxy to reach our neighbor Andromeda, it would take about 2.5 million years to get there. For these destinations, this speed doesn't seem so fast. In fact, if you wanted to reach the edge of the universe, you would never arrive, since the universe is expanding faster and faster.
All those stats are nuts. All those stats are nuts. Just to get to the other end of the Milky Way at the speed of light is 200,000 years.
Yeah, that's
Those are all crazy.
give you a little perspective. It's like the ones that zoom out, and they keep zooming out, and you're like,
Yeah,
when are you gonna stop?
that's all right. You got any science
That's
corner?
Brian talks. I don't think I have a science corner, believe it or not. I had one of the NVIDIA's CES stuff, but I don't think it's worth sharing.
All right, next category I have is it's the category. It's AI.
Okay.
I got 5.
Okay. I have at least one I know of. You go ahead and share. Let me get
Okay.
mine ready.
Yeah, I don't think people are freaking out enough about what's going on. I mean, not necessarily in a bad or a scary way, but there is going to be a content crisis so extreme that the entire internet's going to have to be rethought. All the videos you're seeing are from Google's new AI video model generating nearly perfect influencer style videos. Now, let's think about this. So modern algorithms reward volume, right? The name of the game is shots on target. It's a never-ending slot machine where you can only win. You don't lose anything except time. Not anymore. If you're selling something on the internet, you're going to be able to generate an infinite number of very compelling videos. The AI will be able to analyze what works, what doesn't, and then tweak it in accordance to mass audience psychology. And eventually we just end up with entirely generated feeds based on our unique interests. No way. I mean, people want the human touch. And I thought that too. Doesn't seem like anybody cares. I mean, take the average person's phone and scroll their For You page. 98% of what they already consume is replaceable by machine. But ultimately, what remains is real relationships with real community creators become ungeneratable, irreproducible. Those 2 words might be made up. But yeah, this kind of thing. Ungeneratable. Peace. Yeah, I don't think
That's our competition right there.
Yeah, I keep on seeing videos of these AI video generators, but I haven't ever seen one actually in the wild. I'm like skeptical of them because I've seen a lot of promising demos, but I can't go to chat. There's no prompt or anything I can use right now, and so
Good. It gives us more time to build something that AI hopefully can't take away.
But I guess to steel man it, as the All In podcast would say, NVIDIA released their Cosmos software. It's an open source software that is going to be used for robotics in mapping out and training robotic AI models to interact with the world. And it's really cool because you can like take a video of a room or something, and I have seen like these where you take a video of something and you say make it look like Minecraft, make it look like I'm in space, like make my environment look like I'm in the Sahara, and it like overlays your environment with AI, and I have seen really cool stuff with that. But NVIDIA put out this software at CES, a demo for it at least, it looked pretty cool. It's called
I don't
Cosmos.
have any CES videos, but I've been seeing a lot of them and I love them. All right, I got another one. This one came out of left field, but it was great.
All right, Dior talk. We need to have a talk. So this was released today. This is called Waldo 3. And what it is an AI system that you are able to install onto, say, something that could fly in the sky, or probably just a regular camera system as well. And it's called Waldo, the whereabouts ascertainment for low-lying detectable objects. And what it's able to do is detect different objects like light vehicles, persons, buildings, utility poles, boats, bikes, containers, trucks, gas tanks, diggers, solar panels, buses, probably more to come. But I just want to put this out here because this technology is available right now. It has been available. And this is just the latest version that was released today, January 2nd, 2025. And people are currently using it for, they have here listed, disaster recovery, monitoring wildlife sanctuaries, occupancy calculation, monitoring infrastructure, construction site monitoring, traffic flow management, crowd counting, some fun AI art applications, drone safety, avoiding people / cars on the ground, and lots of other fun stuff, ... So I'm just putting it out here. This is for educational purposes only, obviously. But this is software you can actually download. It's open source. You can download it. You can play around with it. And so this is public-facing software that's available.
Stop there. But isn't that, I mean, if you can't see the video, it's incredible. It's a bunch of drone shots, but the AI is putting these little tags on every little thing in the photo, and there's different colors for different types of objects. It can point out every person. It can point out every address, street signs. It's really cool. You know what it reminded me of is why I was going to bring it up to you is if someone had asked me what was going on in New Jersey with the drones, I would say it's our own government performing something like this, where they're using drones to doing something with urban warfare, right? So they're testing how well our drones map out a city, or they're testing how well our drones can locate certain targets, right? And they're not actually in any military operations in New Jersey. They're just practicing, right? Most of military is practice out in the desert, right? But if it's urban warfare and you really want to see how well you can find one person out of 8 million in a city, there's only one way to try it. That's my guess. It's something like this.
Ah, man, the video is really cool. Did they say what company or how to get that open source software?
All right, Dior,
A lot
talk.
of,
Need to have a
labeling. There's a lot of labeling open source AI models.
Level 3.
It doesn't really surprise me too much, but yeah, that it looks really cool. I don't know about the drones, Dukes, because like I guess my first thing would be wouldn't they just use satellites, or because if they're testing software on like this type of labeling and stuff, like can they just test it with like
Satellites on, well, so like I think it's more than that. I think it's more like
infrared cameras and other sensors?
yeah, it's utilizing every camera you got, combining all that video, all that surveillance, and seeing what AI can crank out data wise.
But like, isn't that kind of like what they do at like they do that testing like kind of outside the country on other people, not their own people? Isn't that kind of how we operate?
I don't think you're going to test it for the first time over China. You know what I mean?
Interesting. I haven't heard that take, but I genuinely haven't heard many takes on what's going on with those. The cyber or the conspiracy on the Cybertruck bombers, he had information on the drones, and people think the information was like they're doing psychology tests and like just trying to get people used to the small aircrafts like flying over their airspace and stuff.
Really?
It's not a big deal, and like it can become normalized. That's the only other conspiracy I've heard about the drones. Like the only other one.
Here we go.
Google recently published a paper in Nature where they announced a new AI weather prediction model called GenCast, which is an absolute breakthrough. When tasked to create a 15-day forecast against traditional models, GenCast was 97.2% more accurate. And that's not even the crazy part, because whereas traditional models took days to come up with their prediction, GenCast did it in only 8 minutes. Traditional weather models use what's known as numerical weather forecasting. They take the initial weather conditions, they feed them into supercomputers, and they let them run for days to create a single deterministic prediction. GenCast works fundamentally different by taking a probabilistic approach. So Google took 40 years of historic weather data with over over 80 variables like temperature, humidity, and then they fed it into a diffusion model. GenCast was not only able to beat traditional numeric weather prediction models, but it actually beat them 99.8% in 36 hours and beyond.
It's here.
Yeah, I mean, AI is phenomenal, great, and better than us at finding patterns. Like that's what it does. And that's what weather is. So that makes sense to be good at that. And I haven't seen that, but I hadn't even thought about AI for weather models. So that's pretty cool.
This was actually one that got
yeah, I've seen
evolution of AI.
There's another one I saw, but it's no longer a thing. Actually, 3 of the videos I sent you are now off of TikTok. I don't know why. You're on mute.
Yeah, TikTok. Me and my friends' feeds. I went back through one of them, and like 90% of videos were removed. That says anything. Probably doesn't say anything great, but
All right. I got, I think, 2 more AI ones. This one hit close to home.
This could change engineering forever. Designers can now create complex CAD models just by typing what they want. Zoo, the team behind Text to CAD, has built an AI that turns plain English into detailed mechanical designs. No more clicking through endless menus or drawing shapes by hand. Here's what's wild. You can describe anything from a 10-blade impeller to a 36-tooth gear, and the AI generates it instantly. It's like having an expert CAD designer at your fingertips, working at the speed of thought. Engineers who spent years mastering CAD software can now pump out designs in minutes. But that's not even the craziest part. In 2025, companies will be able to fine-tune the AI on their own data. Imagine Boeing training it on their aircraft designs, or SpaceX feeding it rocket blueprints. They're basically creating specialized AI engineers that know their exact design language. Think about what this means. Product development cycles that took months could be done in days. Design iterations that would have taken teams of engineers can now be explored by a single person with the right prompts. It's completely changing how we think about mechanical design, and it's only in public alpha. The question is, what do traditional CAD designers think?
They're going to take our jobs. Like, they came for your job first. Now that this is them coming for my job.
yeah, the thing of why it's going to be so good at that is because that's one of those areas where it has like unlimited labeled data. Like it's so easy to use get good data to train those models because you have all these CAD designs and you just describe them, right? And then it trains on all those, you know?
You're saying since every part has a name, and you can essentially tell the AI that this name means this shape and this pattern, and it's got an exact 3D model of it. It's coming for all of us, Conley. And that kind of goes into the last one. So without further ado, let's just hop over here.
The thing that people are not paying attention to is not the economic consequences of job loss. Everyone is fixated on this idea of if we lose our jobs, then we won't be able to work and we won't be able to make money.
What do we do next?
But that's not actually what's happening. What's happening is that as we start to automate work, the cost of goods and services will massively come down, right? We will have a deflationary event. The real question is, what will we do with ourselves? What is our identity then? In a world where we attach so much of our identity to our work, the risk, I think, in all this is an identity displacement crisis. And I talked about this to anyone who will listen.
Yeah.
Focusing on the idea that you will lose your job and therefore you won't have money is misguided. Focusing on the idea that your job may change and therefore you won't feel like you're whole, that's a whole other issue.
We have to figure out how to use the excess time that we're going to get because of AI, right? And not just into retirement. We're talking
well beyond.
Well beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it before. I thought it was well said.
I think our last episode was like that for about 30 minutes at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh, I have one more AI one.
I got one. It's okay. I'll just let it roll.
It's right here. Are we live? No, you can edit this out. If
We
you
can
want.
edit this all we
So
want,
there
brother.
it is. It's simple. It's gonna look. There you go. That's what it looks like. Yep.
So
There.
I can ask it to do a task.
So I would come in here. You hit this button, right? And you'd say, "I just met
Dave Briggs.
I just met Dave Briggs. He has a place in Westport. He really wants to get a place in the city. If you could put together a handful of one-bedroom pied-à-terre options in Greenwich Village, up to $2 million. He looks like he's balling out right now. Let's do that. If you could also find his email and send it to him and make sure I'm BCC so I don't forget. If you could also give me a calendar invite so I don't forget to follow up with him, that would be super, super helpful. And then while we're at it, let's put a listing presentation and exclusive sales agreements and a buy-side guide together for him that we can also deliver at the same time. I always say bye to it, you know.
Very nice of you. It's very cordial. Yeah. That was a real glimpse of how your
That's like if that does all that, right? And he was explaining his AI assistant. It's Ryan Serhan. He's a real estate guy, and if he has an AI assistant that can do that, that's like what Siri has promised for years upon
I
years.
was gonna say, where's Apple at, man?
They're rotted, dude. They're so far behind the ball.
Biggest whiff.
Like, yeah, that could have been Apple's next product, but they gave up on it. They're so far behind.
Like, so they're gonna have to incorporate somebody else's, because if there's a phone that does that, and then there's the I don't care how good the hardware is, I don't care how many passwords it has saved, I'm switching to that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think Apple's outsourced their AI at this point. But I saw that and I was like, that's what I need. I mean, I've been using Hey Siri like crazy recently, and it's not even that good.
No, it's not. It's garbage. All right, this was my favorite AI one. I saved it for the end. This one blew my mind. You ready?
Google is paying this guy $2.7 billion. His name is Noam Shazir. He used to work for Google, and in 2017, he wrote this paper called Attention is All You Need. In that paper, he talks about the transformer model, which is now the backbone for AIs like ChatGPT. Basically, he knows what he's doing with the AI stuff. In 2021, while he was at Google, he wanted to release his own chatbot, but Google was like, nah. So he left and started his own startup called Character.ai. And after the massive AI boom and the success of Character.ai, Google is now bringing him back for $2.7 billion. What does this guy know? More importantly, what does he know that Google doesn't want other companies know? Google is paying.
What?
Is that real?
I mean, I didn't fact check it.
Yeah, dude, you gotta fact check those type of stats, brother. You can't be Noam Shazir. Wall Street Journal says they brought him back for $2.7 billion.
So,
that was 2020.
What does Google have to think AI is worth to pay one employee $2.7 billion?
How much is?
What do you think? Like, if you got to see Google or Microsoft's prediction of the market cap for AI in 20 years, like, I don't even think it's a dollar amount. I think it's percentage of the world's wealth. I think it's like, we think it'll be 80% of the world's wealth.
So I mean, yeah, I think once it hits like robotics and you have driving cars, but so $2.7 billion. Do you know what? So this is Google's. I guess it's 2019. Why is it always not this year? In 2023, what do you think Google revenued? So that's like what they brought. It's like what they brought home after paying their bills.
Yeah. $500 billion.
$3.7 billion. That means they pay this guy 1% of their revenue.
Wow. What they didn't mention on there is how many years he signed up for 2.7 billion, but that's more than any athlete. That's more than any actor. And thank goodness, right? Like that's where you hope the most valuable salary would be. But that one blew my mind.
Google just said it's likely spanning over several years. I'm not sure it's public.
You ready for the next category?
Yeah, what is it? What we got?
I got it's a business category, loosely.
Okay.
All right, so I'll start us off so you can see what I'm thinking.
Every week at each of his companies. Basically, what Elon does is he shows up every week at each of his companies. He identifies the biggest problem that the company's having that week, and he fixes it, right? And then he does that every week for 52 weeks in a row. And then each of his companies has solved the 52 biggest problems that year, like in that year. And most other large companies are still having the planning meeting, for the pre-planning meeting, for the board meeting, for the presentation, for the this, for the with the compliance review and the legal review. And like what he does is he goes and personally finds the engineer who actually has the knowledge about the thing, and then he sits in the room with that engineer and fixes the problem with them, right? And again, this is why he inspires such incredible loyalty from the especially the technical people who he works with, which is they're just like, wow, if I'm up against a problem I don't know how to solve, Elon Musk is going to show up in his Gulfstream and he's going to sit with me overnight in front of the keyboard or in front of the manufacturing line, and he's going to help me figure this out.
Dude, do you think you'd want to work for Musk? How many years? How many years do you think you could put in for Musk? Maybe that's a better question.
So I can't believe I haven't told you the story. I almost had a job working for him. I almost got a chief engineer position at SpaceX.
I know that, but like looking back on it, like I feel like I've learned a lot about Musk and his teams. Like it'd be a grind working under him.
Yeah, I don't think it's that different than what I did in Palmdale. I think Palmdale was on that level of work. Now, when I had a problem, did the CEO come in and sit with me overnight? No. But Kathy Warden's not the CEO of Northrop because she's a brilliant genius that is ready to take on any problem. I'll save my thoughts on that. But I can't imagine. It's like, one, that's just a great attitude to have. Go tackle the biggest problems. And that kind of plays into how he can do Tesla and SpaceX and Neuralink and run Doge. He just goes in and tackles the big problems, and that's big enough to make a difference. But could you imagine being an engineer and the CEO comes and sits down with you, can go toe-to-toe solving engineering problems with you, has all the resources in the world, and it's like you're there at noon. He shows up. He doesn't leave. Like you can't leave. You can't leave.
Yeah, that's more what I was thinking is like, dude, that's so motivating because one, if you can't figure out a problem, big man's coming down to the office and not leaving until you figure it out. So you might want to figure it out before he gets there.
That's right.
Two, that sounds pretty cool, but I don't know unless it is genuinely just the hardest problem. Like if he comes and helps you solve it in like an hour, you're like, shoot.
No, what I think it is like people incorporate, especially in corporations, they get this mindset that they can't, like, my team does a change request in 30 days, an easy one, 30 days. And we were goal setting. And I was trying to get them done in 25. They picked 30. And they were explaining why all these million reasons why they couldn't. They got to do this and they got to do that. And they got to do this. And when you're CEO, you can cut through that red tape. You can say, no, it doesn't make sense. We're not doing that anymore. And because like, if you just have the best people all lined up, the change will take you, what I tell them is like 7 days. I think you could do it in 7 days. And just believing you can is a huge part of that. And I think he brings that to the table. Like he thinks he's going to be colonizing Mars in a couple of years. The dude doesn't have limitations to what he thinks he's able to accomplish. So
yeah, no, it'd be cool, man.
One final thing. This is where the term egghead came from.
I was gonna say, dude, his head's crooked, dude. Oh my gosh! If you can't see this, the guy who's talking's got a
It's Mark
in his pocket.
Andreessen.
Oh man, where's our topic? Business.
Yeah.
Is there gonna be a finance topic later?
No.
All right, this will do it for business.
Yeah, I think this will do.
All right. If you can see, all my videos have been on Instagram. Where'd it go? This one.
Hey, Earl. Hey, Bill.
That's a good one.
For him. He'd steer you clear of the drywall screws when what you really needed were concrete anchors.
Thanks. That one.
This one?
The small, yeah, that one.
But when it came time to settle up,
I don't have any cash.
the register signs didn't register. How could those swipes be worth 3% of his profit? But then part-time cashier / full-time grandson had another idea. Crypto payments. Lower fees, less paperwork.
I mean, a very simple thing. That's what crypto promises. It's lower transaction fees. Before you share one, let me go to the other end of the stick because I still man myself in my own head.
Hey, morning. Hey. Hello.
Hey. You guys take Bitcoin, right?
Sure do.
I'm gonna be paying with Ethereum if that's okay.
Okay, yep, no problems.
Good thing I'm paying with Solana.
You can go ahead and tap.
And there we go.
Oh, it failed. Try it again. Hold up there, smart. It looks like it's going to be another 27 minutes before this transaction clears.
What? Sorry, $112. I have like 3 things.
Ethereum, they got that peak hour gas thing.
Now you got it.
Maybe one more time. What are you going to do? Just wait right here, without the bag,
I think it's gonna work.
Nope. Should have shot with Algorand.
How do I get in that line?
So, have you ever sent or received any Ethereum, Bitcoin, anything? You haven't? So it's horrible right now. Bitcoin blocks are like mined every, I want to say like 30 minutes ish. So like if you send it takes till that block is mined to end up in the other wallet, right? So that's what this commercial is getting at. Even Ethereum. Ethereum went through that upgrade to 2.0 and they were changing some stuff, but like there's the gas fees. If you send like I think it was like a couple $100, you'd be like $10-20 in fees to send it. And these are all problems that haven't, from what so Bitcoin is not designed to be like a currency, in the sense of like a high volume of transactions. There's like the Lightning Network that is a block on top of the Bitcoin network, so it's like quicker mine blocks. But I think even that's still kind of slow. This Algorand is a coin that is like instant transfers or instant like transactions. So I'm not exactly sure what to take away from this. I think I think it explains the complexity of this crypto market and like kind of the fog out there. Because one end, what it's promising is these low transaction fees, in terms of it being a currency. I mean, there's other stuff like store value, deflationary asset, those things it promises as well. But like as currency or like being able to use it at the store, Like the Coinbase commercial, like you couldn't really do that with Bitcoin right now or Ethereum.
Yeah. I hope it all works out. I'm not super interested in this part of crypto.
Like it working or transacting?
No, I don't need it to buy groceries for it to be working, right? I need it to be not a non-inflationary asset. Is really the $1 million reward for me.
Well, that's like only Bitcoin is like an asset, right?
And
I think
that's
all the
now
other
the only part of crypto I am really concerned about.
because I
The
think
rest
all
will
the
come in time. There'll be one or two winners, but I'm not paying attention to that crap.
I think all the altcoins promise these like different type of functionalities, like being able to do this, right?
Right.
And some of them are built off of Bitcoin or Ethereum, stuff like that. But I don't know. I saw this video. I was kind of confused. I kind of laughed because I had sent and received Bitcoin and Ethereum before, and it was not quick. And I thought the same thing. I'm like, this kind of sucks. Like, what's going on here? And then I looked around at Algorand, and I guess that it's supposed to address that issue of long transaction times and high gas fees. But yeah, dude, I don't know. There's so much to learn in that area. And that's why I don't love talking about it because I don't feel too well versed. But it's like important.
Yeah. I got another business one.
Your tape.
This one's interesting. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm gonna let you tell me what you think about this one before I go.
We have harnessed the power of the atom. Ladies and gentlemen, the Enron egg. The world's first micronuclear reactor for residential suburban use. This little device can power your entire home for up to 10 continuous years. I've been living with an egg for a few months now, and let me just tell you that my little ones, they freaking love it, especially when what we save on the energy bill, we can spend on Christmas presents. Do your kids hate camping as much as mine? Well, let's just say they're gonna like it now. Because for the first time in history, you can bring the comfort of your living room out into the world. Playing the newest game from your favorite console under the stars is just a whole other experience. But here at Enron, we care about the intersection of technology and nature, which is why I'm proud to announce that Enron has teamed up with FEMA to provide nuclear eggs to rapid response teams all around the globe. Because that's what it's all about, folks. Making the world a better place, one egg at a time.
That's nuts. Is it real?
What a great reaction.
Is it real? Like,
so that's the thing. It's like I still don't know. And this is one of the ones I want to talk about. It's like this is the future. Like you and I are sitting here, pretty well educated, and we can't really tell whether that's real or not. So like this whole story is wild. This guy, I don't know if it's a joke or not, but he's gone viral on social media being the new CEO of Enron.
Enron?
So Enron was the company that was lying about its returns.
Not a great start.
Ponzi scheme. Apparently, this guy's bringing the company back. And like, if you go to enronegg.com, a beautiful website, like high-end website.
It's like a Thermos company. That's what it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah. So either this is real and I'm getting huge scam vibes, or this is a prank, right? That has us being like, is it real or not? Right now. Imagine what this could do to grandma. Like the amount of there's going to be a large chunk of the population that won't be able to get on the internet without getting duped.
Yeah, man. I mean, this isn't even getting into AI generation too, man. Once it's AI generated, like you'll have a million videos.
Very
this
sure
big.
the website probably is. Like, if this is all a goof, right? Someone probably used it to set up the website.
Have you looked at Oh, I spelled it wrong. I was gonna say that's a dead website, so yeah. It's decent. I just don't think that's real. I would bet it's
I don't
not.
think it's real either, but look at this website.
Okay.
That legit.
Okay,
Look-
okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Go up. Okay, you're telling me there's no way that shiny looking Fallout shelter machine looking thing is real. Like, I hope it is, but
look at this website. This website's dope.
it's a decent website. Yeah, it's pretty good.
So, like, either this is an elaborate prank, or
I mean, think about how far Theranos made it, man. They had a whole headquarters. They were legit, dude. They're in Walgreens's.
the big takeaway I had here is like of the internet for me. Like, I'm looking. I don't trust anything right now. I don't trust my government. I don't trust the internet. If I can't see it, touch it, smell it, and it doesn't make sense to me, I don't believe it.
I agree. I think you have to. Now, here's a company for you, Antherflux. They are. I listened to a podcast called The Peel.
What you sent me this
sent it
morning?
to you today.
Yep.
It's The Peel interviews early stage companies, and they had the co-founder. I don't know how to pronounce his name of Robinhood on. And he's like from his dad worked at NASA, like just physics background, physics for school, and ended up founding Robinhood. But he's building this solar space harvesting company that is going to have a satellite with solar rays on it, and it is going to direct energy from those solar panels in he either said microwave or light form down to a source to receive that energy. So like the idea is if you have a military out on a front or putting up a base on a front line where they don't have power, you can zap them power as long as they have a receiver and their base has power.
Yeah, so like this concept has been around for a while. It requires you to beam energy. Once we figure out how to transport energy to and from space, we won't need any energy production anymore, right? That's the whole idea of, encasing the whole sun or suns that aren't ours in energy capture machines. I forgot what they called. Somebody's named after it.
Well, what's really cool is the big thing he kind of pointed out was the space industry is just starting. Because he was like, I felt like I missed the space industry, the start of the space industry in the 70s. But he's like, actually what SpaceX is doing is they're commercializing space.
Yeah,
And
they're the first group of people to really link.
Yeah,
It's-
now this company can succeed if we can
Right.
prove the prototype just because of SpaceX has a freaking train going up to space.
Yeah, and we'll see. So my mindset in these technologies that have always been talked about but never done has changed dramatically in the last 5 years because of Musk, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always talked about having electric cars and electric planes, but it was always like, nah, not gonna happen. Yeah, laser engineer is a dope name.
Yeah, there's a job posting on the website for laser engineer.
But we'll see if Elon Musk is a fluke or if he kind of starts the trend of, hey, these things are at our fingertips. We just got a lot of hard work in front of us, and we can go figure them out, like beaming in energy.
Yeah.
But if you could beam energy, there's so many uses on Earth that they should be going after right now. That I'm kind of skeptical in this one.
Well, I think like converting energy to light is very inefficient. Like I'm pretty sure that's a thing. But anyways, I thought that was seemed related. What's the next business one?
All right.
It was a good podcast. I think we might have to do it.
I'm gonna listen to it. Here's the next one I have. It's kind of about. It's an interesting take on the college conversation we had from the last podcast. So
I saw the CEO of Palantir. It was on X, and it's a video of him interviewing these kids. And the quote at the top of the video is, "The best degree is a Palantir degree." Literally, that's what I saw today. And that is the future. They're just going to cut the colleges out completely. They're going to die off. That's what's going to happen. The few that remain will be forced to go back to what they were originally supposed to be, which is institutions where people go to actually learn and think more deeply about things, because they are no longer that. Actually, the death of the colleges is the only thing that can save the colleges. And it's the only thing that can put them back to their pure form and actually put them back to the ethics that governed them at the beginning and make them an actual force for good, an actual force for real education in the world. And so I'm hoping that more of these colleges just collapse, and the only ones that survive are the ones that are doing a good job. I saw.
You know what company Palantir is?
Mm-hmm.
So
they're defense, right?
Yeah, they were the first software defense company, right? So they do big data for the government and the DoD. I thought that was really interesting. I hadn't thought about it that way, but essentially companies use colleges to kind of filter the best talent to them, right? To where they don't have to go decide what is. But if colleges start failing to provide these very competitive businesses with the top talent because they don't produce the top talent anymore, they might just skip them in the process and go recruit the best people out of high school and just train them up themselves.
So I always thought like the companies could replace colleges in a sense of they could like have their own school, right? Because like I don't know if you necessarily want to pick people out of high school. Like you'd still be going off grades and stuff. Like why wouldn't they just have like a 1 to 2 year program where they're actually running like a university type classes without all the gen eds, and their professors are like employees, or they could be part-time employees of Google, and they teach classes for 2 years, and their best students go to their school as they paid to go to school, like it would lower risk. I mean, you wouldn't even need to be profitable. You could just be even, or because like I think kids would pay to go there. I don't think it'll ever happen, but like I feel like that would be a good outcome for companies.
So I think we could take a talented high schooler and get them up to speed without having ever gone through Calc 3, without ever doing Physics 2, and get them designing brackets way faster than 4 years at a college and way cheaper. So we can start getting them paid, right? They don't have to go in massive debt. So there's a win for the student. There's a win for us, right? I mean, we don't have to compete we can go straight. We can try to like take the best talent.
I mean,
committed.
I think it takes it. Has a company tried it? Has there been a pilot program? Because once the first
Sounds
company,
like Palantir is starting it. I thought it was a really cool idea.
I agree, because I mean, you could probably pay someone out of high school half the amount of what an engineer is.
Yep.
And as long as you're promising, if I got an offer out of high school, it was like, hey, we'll hire you as like a apprentice software developer for 35,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
30,000 a year. But if you stay the first year and you work out, we'll increase that by 20%. If you
Right.
stay next year after that and you work out, 20%. And after 4 years, we'll put you at our starting salary for our software developers. I would sign up. There's no way I wouldn't.
Right. And you'd probably be a better programmer for it.
That's very true. That's such a, I mean, that seems like it is step function better process than grabbing people out of college.
Yeah.
I think your biggest issue is there are countless people from my high school that said they wanted to do computer science and it didn't work out for them. So you probably have a bigger fail rate, but can you hire more? I don't know. It would be pretty hard to vet that.
Yeah.
Man,
No, you're right. I mean, the colleges are the ones that do a lot of the filtering for the people that aren't going to cut it, right?
Before that, before you sign them up for that first year of that 30 grand salary or whatever the half salary is, you could do like a hourly internship, right? And I think
Yeah, and maybe what you do is you go scoop up the kids that make it through a year of college.
Yeah.
Like if you survive those gen eds, okay, you've proven that you can show up every day. You've proven you can take assignments. You've proven that.
And that's what internships are, but they send them back.
Right.
It'd
Just
be
like,
a-
hey, you made it through your freshman year with a 3.6 GPA. Great. Come on in. Hey, some of us did not get 4.0s. Common.
Yeah, dude, like half. I'm pretty sure it's over half of that intro to computer science class left.
Right, but after that big filter,
Yeah, you're pretty solid after that first year filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
I would be pushing for something like that if I were high up at a big company.
Do you have any more business?
Nope.
All right, we're gonna go to farewell to TikTok as a category. I like this one a lot.
Is that comedy?
Yes, this is comedy.
Okay.
We're banning TikTok because it's Chinese and it's polluting your brains.
We in China also banned it for our people.
What?
There's no TikTok in mainland China. We also banned it.
You say it sounds bad.
I'm saying what you are saying.
It's bad for the people. They get exposed to all these brand new ideas and teachings.
Couldn't agree more. Proved it from our people.
Every time that you say what I'm saying, it makes it. When I say it's good, but when you say it's bad,
we are saying the same thing.
It's bad for the people to be exposed to all these ideas and different things, and we need more control over that.
Precisely.
God damn it!
That's pretty good.
That was really good. So I had a couple of follow-ups for you on this. Do you think it'll stay banned?
I think
What's your
someone's gonna
prediction?
buy it. Someone's gonna buy it.
I wonder what Polymarket has.
Ah, it's a great question. Also, they're not banning it because they want to censor it. At least, that's not what they're saying. They're banning it because it's owned by the ByteDance, which is owned by
80% yes. But that's just to ban it. Like, I wonder if there's anything for like a coming back. Because my guess is it'll come back.
Yeah, I bet it will.
What was the other question I had? Let's see if I can find it real fast.
Will Trump save TikTok in the first week? Polymart, 67% chance yes.
Oh wow. Okay. So here's the next question. Would you ban TikTok if you were in charge?
See, personally, I would like it banned, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. So therefore, I wanted to ban it.
I like that.
I mean, there's a lot of things like that. Like, I think as a free country, there are certain things people should have. Would I like them going the other way? Yes, but I don't. I think if I were in that position, you got to do the right thing.
I cannot find our Riverside.
Will TikTok be removed from the App Store by Monday? 78% chance yes on Polymart. But there's not that much money on either of those two bets. So if you want to put your money in, that would be a good time if you think it's going to stay banned. What are you looking for?
The Riverside? I can't freaking.
If you click F3, you get all your like apps banned out, right?
I am talking to you, but you are no longer.
Is there a funny category after this, or is this the funny category? Oh gosh, you joined again on a second screen. This dude's messed up. Dudes, come on.
Oh,
you three screens. I think you have one audio, so it's fine. Whatever. We'll roll with it. All right.
Oh, there it is. It's over here. Golly.
You suck, too.
I'm scared to leave.
All right. And by the way, so I guess we don't give any context. We usually film a month behind. So we were planning on filming this Sunday, not relevant. And my wife told me TikTok's being banned on Sunday, so then we had to move it to tonight. So it's currently midnight or about midnight. And so I don't know about Duke, but it's about slap happy time. As Duke is duplicating his log on.
Get that thing out.
Okay. Let me pick up a video or something. Okay, there we go. You have more of this farewell?
Don't see you.
Don't worry about it.
How am I gonna share? Okay. YOLO.
Find your dang screen. Hey, when you click F3, all the full screen icons are on the top. Gosh dang it, Dukes. I can hear you, man.
I know, somehow we're still.
Now you're super quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I can hear you again. I can hear my echo now. Dude, just all right, there.
What do you mean there? I don't see you. I can't see your screen. I'm gonna have to join
Find
again.
your screen, okay? Pull it together.
I got a bill. How do I quit and you're still there? This is so stupid. Oh my gosh. I've closed out of every single thing on this computer.
Dude, did you not click F3? It shows you all your screen.
I'm literally looking at F3
You
right.
do it. If you look at the very top of your screen, is there any extra screens up there?
No.
Put your mouse up there or something. I don't know, dude.
Are you on a browser somewhere?
Yeah, open your Chrome, brother.
That's right. We're doing this on the browser. All right, I'm back. Sorry, you guys.
I really hope I remember to cut that.
All right. I got one more funny one. I got another funny one. Here we go. This is great. This is great. Ready?
Fühl immer so bleibt. Und dann denk ich, dass es vielleicht.
You ever had these?
Yeah, dude, those are
Dude, I used to have these. Honnor's gonna love this story.
lucky sausage.
I used to have these, and I would.
You wouldn't wipe. You just.
As a kid, I would just know. I would know. So I wouldn't wipe. And Hunter would be like, "You don't wipe?"
You gotta at least have a check. I can totally see you not even checking. That's messed up.
Because Hunter's the exact opposite. Hunter's wiping until there's no more toilet paper left. Oh, that's funny. I like that one. All right. You're up.
That's all you have for funny ones?
Yeah.
Is that your last category?
Nope. I got a surprise category at the end.
Let me do a rapid fire then, dude. Let me get some going here, brother.
Yeah, come on now.
This.
You gotta travel.
Not even realistic.
I love basketball with everything I have. Like every chance
They call
I
it
get.
travel.
What?
They call it travel if that's what you're going to complain about.
No. No. But there are some freaks out there. I would not like playing basketball with John Moran out there. You know how much you'd have to keep your head on a swivel? You would you turn and there's just nuts. Just nuts coming at your forehead.
Dude, he's probably got 2 feet of vertical on me.
Have you ever played with one of those freaky people? I like a handful of times. There's one kid I played with in college, one of my better friends. He would just like all of a sudden he's just casually jogging through the lane. Doosh. It's like I'm on your team or I'm not playing. Because I'm not gonna get surprise dunked on. Imagine being 7'4" Wemby and thinking you're safe, and then all of a sudden this little dude's on top of you. Golly.
Yeah, that's tough. Have you seen this Riley Leonard mixtape?
Nope.
He's a Notre Dame quarterback going to the national championship.
Okay.
Over here, cameraman. Riley Leonard, right here. Cameraman.
And you see why he is so tough to tackle. This dude is a big guy.
Huge. Have you seen his high school basketball highlights, AJ?
Yes, that is. Hey, it's fun to watch this guy.
Oh,
athlete.
He's got real.
I did see this. I didn't know it was a free quarterback.
Dude, it doesn't stop. He's just on people's heads.
Gee, how tall are he? 6'5", 6'6".
He's 6'4", and the video's still going. It's just videos of him in high school yamming on people's heads and doing windmills on people's heads.
Oh. Jeez.
That is that athlete that you were just talking about.
That's right. And that's in high school.
All right. What else we got? Dude, on the top.
So if I'm successful, Max will be playing against freaks like that. And that'll be so, like, you'll know going into the game you're playing against this freak that's committed to Notre Dame.
Yeah, dude, that'd be gnar.
Who's the best player you ever played?
EJ Liddell.
Oh, the Ohio State guy?
Yeah. We lost to him in our playoffs. I will flex. We lost to his team by the lowest amount of points, which was 8 on their playoff run. I guarded him that game and I fouled out.
I bet you did.
Yep.
He was huge.
Yeah, he was huge in high school too. He was in Belleville. It was fun though. We played him a couple times actually in like summer league. I think twice in actual in school ball. All right, next one, dude. I don't know. I think we got different feeds, but dude, this stuff gets me going, dude. I just
Get in here right now! Get in here! Hey, we got 30 minutes for the rest of our life! 30 minutes for the rest of our life!
I don't think we need to watch it all, but like the Tim Tebow speech with the Kanye playing in the background, like it's just a great video. Like if I open TikTok in the morning, that's what I need to see. Love those.
That's one of the things I'm gonna miss most about TikTok is it's very programmable to what you want. Like not only is it good at figuring out what you like, but it's also like if you want to like purposely move it in a way, you can get whatever you want. That was cool. I've seen that one before. He was something else, man. He did not belong in the
Love that
NFL.
guy.
Yeah, he made it because of stuff like that.
Side note, I saw this video. I think moved some of my Ethereum to Bitcoin.
With that in mind, what's your favorite pickup line?
What? So,
With that in mind, what's your favorite?
Yeah, so I don't know, man. You're telling me you're gonna put your life savings in that?
That's funny. So I'm.
It's Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum like founder.
Have you seen Lucky Palmer?
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of that too.
Hey, you got nothing on that dude, man.
No, that dude is what Bill Gates was. I guarantee that was Bill Gates as a teenager. Bill Gates has some creepy vibes, man. Keep going. These were good. These are really good.
Good old Lucky. He's actually not too bad. I've listened to some podcasts he's been on, and it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think you want me to keep going. Funny ones. What are we feeling here? We wait.
I want you to empty the chamber.
You want me to unload the clip, bro?
Yeah.
We'll save some funny ones. We'll go kind of cool ones. Duplicate, boom, boom, boom and gloom. So this video is I love a good drone video, and that is a great one. I'm a sucker for drone videos. And side note, I thought that was me. I thought I was making videos like that. And
you went back to the one you did.
Mine was a little bit different. This shows you like a real novice skill level. But what kind of song did I play? I'm gonna mute it. But it was cool, but it had nothing on the dude doing a backflip on the beach.
Yeah, I mean that one's like choreographed, and
this is like 3 years ago, so maybe I was just first to it. It's pretty good. Pat myself on the back, but
and you have you have someone ride his dirt bike that wasn't as good as that guy.
Yeah, the other dude did a backflip. Anyways,
backflip and wheelie for about 100 yards on the sand.
We will actually keep on this path because I think this is funny. Of videos relating to my real life. This one's really funny. Oh my gosh, I cracked myself up.
I'm not never letting my son see me in a bike helmet because a child can't get that image out of his head of his father on a damn, on a 6-speed with a basket on the front and a damn bike helmet on. I mean, that kid's gonna end up in probably rehabilitation, doing something wild. burying himself at the beach or something, you know, doing crazy stuff. So you just have to, you know, you got to know what you're going to do and what you're willing not. I'm not.
Dude, like that is I don't maybe I'm just like a stupid masculine trying like guy, but that is like what goes through my head when I have to put a freaking bike helmet on.
Yeah, I can't do it. It's
And
not worth it. It's not worth it.
this is me with a bike helmet. And this is when I put my bike helmet on, that clip is what rolls through my head.
I heard it's dangerous out of these. You gotta buckle up, put your helmet on, be prepared for bumps and cracks, and we'll make it. Cheers.
Yeah, no.
My European friend got me a helmet. I sent him that video. This one's pretty cool. Actually, we'll stay off tech. What's this video?
Okay, y'all ready for a lecture?
Oh, like motivation.
I love
Talk about the importance of nothing. You get up every day, you're entitled to nothing. Nobody owes you nothing. You could have talent, but if you don't have discipline and you don't execute, you don't focus, what do you get? Nothing.
Nothing. Anyways, shouldn't switch up the vibe, but that was a good video.
He's awesome. He reminds me of my mentor at Boeing or at Northrop. Just an old school dude like that is all about discipline.
Okay, I thought you would think this is cool. It's this hologram video game. It's like, okay, technology's getting there.
Right hold.
That's sick. I don't think holograms are ever going to be that because I think AR, like glasses, are going to be.
That's what I would bet on too.
All right, I think this one's funny. Let's check this one out.
Why car sales is still the last purchase you can make where it's just mayhem, where it's just lying. It's like, why is this the one thing? And like, I go buy a shirt, it costs this much money. A TV is this much money.
Yeah.
Why, when I go buy a fucking car, there's 10 dudes with goatees trying to fucking lie to me? Goatees and bracelets and pinky rings. It makes no sense. They all have gelled hair. In any dealership.
Why does it look like a bunch of fat Chris Cornells are trying to take advantage of you?
It looks like a bowling team. They're all in polos and khakis, and they come out and just fib, dude. I work with these guys.
He's got a great point. Like, this is you talking about how comedians are smart. Like, he's got a good point. Like, car buying process sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I think the reason I saved that one is because that made me think of real estate. I don't think there's going to be real estate agents in 10 years. I really don't.
Talk about an expensive middleman. Like 3% of $1 million home is a lot of money.
Well, 3%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I want to like. I shouldn't have got off the funny videos topic. Okay, let me go with another classic internet video. This is like second on my list after the kid flying down the stairs.
Can I do something real quick? No. 3, 2, what?
I told you not to do that. You done knocked the fucking wind out yourself. Silly shit. What's wrong? Can
I do something?
Golly, there's a common theme running through your funny videos ever.
I feel like I would do stuff like that when I was a kid. I would like jump and hold my feet. And I'm like, on the way down, like, oh shoot.
Her reaction was great though.
Oh man, I told y'all. Oh man, there's another funny one in here. Sorry, I'm keeping you up late. Oh,
these are good.
Those were your choices. Who shot who? Somebody got shot? I hope. Those were your choices.
Oh, what a
Who shot who?
Who keeps it in their jean pocket?
He was so casual. He's like, "Oh, who shot who?" Oh man, that's all the funny ones I got. Man, I wish I would have categorized those and stayed on the funny streak, but this is the last one I think I got to share. This would be crazy.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have some sort of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin-esque aspect to it. And the only thing I could find was a post by video game insider Tom Henderson all the way back on June 3rd, 2021, where he said this: I heard recently that in GTA 6, some missions will reward you in Bitcoin instead of cash.
Anyways, yada yada. If they implement something that is like real world decentralized currency, I'm very interested to see how it plays out. I don't know if it'll be anything more than NFT, but it'll be a big deal, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it'll create some real value when you talk about NFTs. Like, having a rare something in the video game that's going to be that popular would be worth something. That's how most of video games make their money now, is skins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know. You're looking tuckered out. You ever watch the Sunday conversations with a?
I watched the highlights. I don't watch the actual podcast.
Yeah, he had Shane Gillis on. I haven't watched it. I didn't know if you want to watch it with me.
I'd love to. How long is it, though?
2 minutes.
Yeah, let it rip.
Oh, Conley, come on.
I'm Caleb Presley, host of The Show Caleb Show, and today Shane Gillis is going to show me his
penis
theater, sponsored by Stacker 2. Where do you sit the hot ladies?
There's no women. It's just dudes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All my shows are for dudes. Unfortunately.
Hey, pause it.
What is this?
This is the.
I'm going to have to shave my beard. So we have just matching mustaches.
You got to get, yeah, dude. If you got a picture with them, that'd be hilarious.
Go ahead.
The concession stand.
How many drinks does someone have to enjoy a Shane Gillis show?
3.
And how many drinks does a Shane Gillis have to perform a Shane Gillis show?
Usually 5.
What's the most amount of drinks you've ever had?
Just ever. I don't know. 40. Probably have 40.
Have you ever been in the restroom and had an uncomfortable situation with a fan? Been in the urinal? What's happened? Tell me.
Nothing like. I'm always afraid they're gonna look at my penis. You know.
And so what do you do?
I hide it.
What do you say to people who say Shane Gillis sits when he pees, but he still points his wiener forward and pees on the wall of the stall? What do you say to those people? What do you say to those people?
I would say that's bullshit, dude. It's totally false.
I'm just asking. What's this?
It's a fire extinguisher. Yeah.
Because you always have to have a
fire extinguisher ready.
You have to have a plan.
You have to have a plan.
How often do fans evacuate your shows when there's not a fire?
It's happened a lot. Yeah, people get upset and they leave and they yell at you and then leave.
You always have to have a
plan.
And do you believe in
plans?
What about parenthood? What do you think about
plan?
Parenthood.
Parenthood. I'm for it.
You ever done stand up outside of a Planned Parenthood? You ever stood outside of a Planned Parenthood?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Just checking stuff out. You're trying to get some pussy.
What are you up to? What do you say to people who say even the fans who are not in the nosebleeds at a Shane Gillis show usually have nosebleeds?
I would say, yeah. Some guys do cocaine. All right, I was just. Hey, that thing hurt, dude.
Where does your audience put their wheelchairs and guns?
There's not too many tickets available, I don't think. Actually, there probably is. You just.
Man, that was a dud. That was the worst one I've ever seen, man. I was just like waiting for a good joke, at least at the end.
Yeah, that's what he's a clip guy.
Yeah.
He hits the clips. Like every episode will have that one where they make them uncomfortable and they kind of stutter and don't know what to do.
Oh my, dude, we've been on this for 2 hours. All right. Hopefully someone can. One day someone will be able to clip our streams because they're too long at this point.
I got 2 to end.
All right.
So what more do you got?
Let it rip.
Okay, so this is
All
weird.
you.
I don't know if it'll work for a finale. Doesn't? Cut it out. But so this is. I don't know if you're going to be able to relate to this, but like,
is it about pooping? Is it about those poops again?
no. TikTok, like, I don't know. I have this weird thing on TikTok where I like watching really happy videos or sad videos, and like fucking crying. So
Are
I
you
got
sad
2.
TikTok's going away.
There's 3. There's 3 that always get me. It's the ones with the kids growing up too fast. It's the ones with the soldiers coming home, and then there's the one that I'll do last. But here we go. We'll see if you like it. This one's won't make you cry. I set it up bad. This one won't make you cry. This one's just, man, when you're a dad, this is the coolest thing ever. I love those. Freaking love them. Nothing does it better than TikTok about like making you like see something so precious and be like, oh, I want to run to my kids and then ignore them by why I watch TikTok. But and just enjoy them whether you got them. Here's the other one. This one makes me cry every fucking time.
You know what that video made me think of?
What?
Have you seen the Theo Vaughn clip where he's like, when a dog come up to you?
No,
I feel like I gotta roll it real quick.
All right.
Sorry to interrupt you. I was gonna let you run with it, but I love Theo.
If you pet a dog and he don't walk off, God, I love that. God, I love that. If you pet a dog and he stay right there and let you do it, God, pet a dog.
That's good.
I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, I don't have a kid.
It means a little more when it's a kid.
Yeah.
Here's this one. Oh, here you go.
My name is Iom Tongi, and I'm from Kahuku, Hawaii. My dad passed away
Have you seen this?
A couple of months ago.
Sorry, buddy.
The song we seen is a song. It's called "Monsters" by James Blunt, dedicating to my dad. Oh, before they turn off all the lights, I won't read you your wrongs or your rights. Time is gone. Oh, tell you goodnight, close the door. I'll tell you I love you once more. Time is gone, so here it is. I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forget, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. While you're sleeping, I try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid, it's my turn to chase the monsters away. Sleep a lifetime, yes, and breathe a last word. Can feel my hand on your own. 'Cause I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forget, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. While you're sleeping, I try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid, it's my turn to chase the monsters away. Oh, sorry.
That's all right, man. What do you think?
Those you didn't get me. You didn't get me though.
It's like, I don't know. I've been thinking a lot for I don't know, a couple years now, like about mom and dad. It just like I don't know, my perception and my relationship with them is changing as I get into be the adult stage, and now they're the grandparents, and man, time is one of those. Time sucks. It's hard, but I love that. I love that song. I listen to it all the time.
Really? Is that his song or is that no?
James Blunt wrote it. But he did it better.
Yeah, dude, that would be one a TikTok that would get me. It's like random times though. Sometimes I hear a new song just on Spotify. I'm like, dang. Facts.
All right. You ready to wrap?
Yeah.
All right. Episode 16.
I don't think we're putting this as episode 16. I think we're just gonna put it out tomorrow. Or probably Sunday when everyone is cold turkey of TikTok and they're really bored and they're like, man, what do I watch? Oh, TikTok farewell episode or TikTok special.
I like that.
I have to watch that one.
If you miss TikTok, this is for you.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good idea.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for staying up late. The internet appreciates it.